I'm used to this, and I don't know why they picked me to speak this morning, but it's wonderful to see all of you here, especially those visiting. I happen to be local and know quite a few members here. Some of my family are here. All of my friends, a bunch of them are Wallingford. I've been here all my life in this community, but it's good to meet people that come out and visit us out in the Victory House, especially some of the wonderful people out there that live away from here. And before I get into my speech, it's going to be a short one, I would like to invite everyone that can to come out and visit us at the Victory House. Harper Gruber is my name, and I'm 86 years old. I thank God that I'm an American. I'm proud to be an American. American born, American bred, and when I'm dead, I'll be American dead. Amen. Amen. I was born in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm going to cut this short. I'm born in Charleston, South Carolina. Spent 5 years in Charleston, uptown King Street. Graduated from the Wallingford High School and worked as an apprentice electrician at Naval Shipyard in Charleston. We happened to move from Charleston in the middle of the Edistone River swamp. And believe it or not, I waded water in the spring of the year 2 feet deep, more than one spring, 2 miles, not 2 miles of water, but a half a mile of water, to ride the school bus to attend schools in Colleton County. And some of my fondest memories are the teachers that taught me when I went to school in Colleton County. And I graduated and I worked in the Charleston Navy Yard as an apprentice electrician for 1 year. All right, in 1943 I enlisted in the Navy, served 3 years in the Navy, and after boot camp I went to electrical school in Maryland, and that gave me a trade the rest of my life. I have been known as an electrician. 2 wires hook them up, 3 wires mess them up. After boot camp and after school in Maryland, my vacation was down in Panama Canal Zone. Believe it or not, I couldn't have had any better service for 1 year. I wound up with 5 men in a bomb-proof building, communication building, converting 25 cycle power to 60 cycle for communication. And I stayed 1 year there. Now you might want to know what kind of liberty we had. Every day when we went on duty from 4 o'clock until 10 at night, we had music, we had everything you would want. We had beaches, we had movies, entertainment, you name it, it was there. But that vacation didn't last but 1 year. When a man on the mine sweep faked a backache when it was going to the Pacific, and then when he knew it was coming home, he straightened up. I wound up on the mine sweep. And I have to tell you a few things about this ship that I served on. It's very unique. When we say the word yard mine sweep, it's not a yard mine sweep. The first voyage was 34 days without putting foot on land. So that's not a yard. There's a lot of water out there. And we had all kinds of handicaps, we might say, on the ship. Due to it was designed for import, local mine sweeping, but we were used as everything in the Navy that could use it. All kind of work. They didn't let us sit still not one any time in port, like the bigger ships. The ship was 135 feet long, 25 feet wide, had 33 men, 27 enlisted, and 4 officers. We got to know everybody because this ship was very small. We taught families, we taught everything we could talk. We played cards. I never had the privilege of playing cards in where I grew up, but I learned to play cards and I loved it. We played penny ante all night long, and at the end of the game you would be not short $1. We had a wonderful time all night, and we were very short on water. Only time we had water to amount to anything was when we were in port. We had 1/2 bucket of water at sea every other day, wash clothes, shower, everything. the evaporator would not produce any more than that. The ship was supposed to stay in local ports every day. But we survived with little water and little cleanliness, but we went through this. And as I mentioned, the vacation ended when I went on this ship. We had one shower. When we had Liberty, 17 men, approximately one half of the crew, would line up in the shower, and if you stayed in over 10 seconds, they would pull you out. That's true, they would pull you out. You did not stay in that shower a few seconds, and out you would come and go on Liberty. And after I left there, after I left Panama, it was 34 days in the Pacific, in the middle of the war zone. I'm going to cut my story short. I wound up on 8 invasions, swept mines with no credit whatsoever until this day of mine warfare. Our motto is, where the fleet has been, we have already been there. And that is absolutely the truth. The fleet went nowhere. There would have been no invasions by land, by water, if the mine sweeps went to home. Last invasion. The last invasion of the war, Battle of Pap Borneo, arrived at 17 days before the invasion, swept mines up to the beach as close as we could get, lost half the mine sweeps, and received a presidential unit citation. I won't go into details on life aboard the ship, but other than what I've already said, but there was some pleasure on the ship. And what I learned from my time in service, I had a good education as an electrician. I made a man out of a boy, received the presidential citation during the last invasion of World War II, and that was given to us 2 or 3 years after the war ended. And I might mention there were approximately 17,000 mines that had to be swept in the Pacific after the war ended. And other than show batteries and suicide planes, it was just as dangerous as any other time. And for the past 8 months, I've been resident in the Victory House. Thank those of you who worked to get this facility in our area. Somebody, I won't try to mention all, but did a wonderful job. This is a wonderful facility, and we're fortunate, very fortunate, to have this in our community. And I've been there 8 months now, and they take care of us. You might ask, one of the first things they ask you, do you have good food? That's one question we ask. Well, I thank God for all of the blessings and for the food that we have. The only problem I have, you eat 3 meals in 8 hours. And I'm not used to that. But that Miss Leanne will tell you, she will tell you, eat 3 meals in 8 hours, whether you want it or not. You eat 3 meals in 8 hours. And again, we have a chaplain. Our spiritual needs come first. He's on duty 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and he's wonderful. Brother Dole led us in prayer, and we're so happy to have him. He's local. All of his life he's been local, more or less. And we also have our physical needs met, and there's no lacking, except I would like to again invite any of you that can come visit, especially those who live a distance away, because some of our residents do not have that many visitors. And I'm fortunate to have my family, church friends here in Wallaberg to visit me. Thank you all very much.